Welcome student. In this video, we will discuss about Unit 4 of Enterprise Java. Unit 4 consists of Enterprise Java Beans Introduction, working with Session Bean, working with Message Driven Bean, Interceptors and JNDI, that is termed as Java Naming and Directory Interface. So you can consider there are totally 5 topics are there. And which topic to be skipped? I will say you will try to go for preparing lesser for the topic of JNDI, that is Java Naming and Directory Interface. Whereas Interceptors, working with a message driven bean, working with a session bean, these all topics are quite important. Before you start discussing about all these questions, it is better to watch the videos of practical number 6 ABC and 7 ABC before you start preparing the theory part of the subject. Because that will be useful for you to clear out with the concept of Enterprise Java Beans and as well as how the program works. Then, if you're looking at the theory, it will be much more easier for you to prepare well for this Unit 4 of Enterprise Java. Now, let us discuss about all the important questions of Unit 4, which are important and which are very important. You should not skip any of the question. Please keep all the questions ready with you. So let's concentrate on the first question. Write a short note on EJB architecture is the important question. Do not forget to draw the figure. Please remember that 150 minutes are given to you, 2.5 hours are given to you for preparing for 75 marks exam. So per question, you will get only 10 minutes. So write your answer within 10 minutes. Let's move ahead. After understanding about the architecture of the Java Bean, you require to work with the various features provided by EJB. I will advise that prepare for this question also properly. Types of Enterprise Bean. It's the important question. You know that Enterprise Beans have been classified as Session Bean, Entity Bean and Message Driven Bean. In Session Bean also you will get as a stateless Session Bean as well as a stateful Session Bean. So there are 3 types of Session Beans are there: stateless, stateful and singleton. मैंने बताया था theory में भी, practical में भी. Stateless means the response is given by the EJB server towards the EJB client, and after response is given, no state has been maintained. It is just like what your HTTP protocol. Whereas stateful means a state has been maintained between the client and server. That's the reason I'm telling you, just look at the practical aspect. So it will be much more easier for you to recollect the concept about the stateless and stateful Session Bean and singleton Session Bean, one per application. That is the concept of what here, singleton Session Bean. Entity Bean and Message Driven Bean, they are also quite important beans to get prepared. If you prepare for this answer, that is more than sufficient for you. At least you will be able to go for writing the introduction part of many of the sub questions like write a short note on Message Driven Bean, write a short note on Session Bean and all. What are the types of Session Beans? अभी तो बताया था. Stateful Session Bean, stateless Session Bean, as well as the singleton Session Bean. So these are the questions which are quite important for you. Prepare well for it. The life cycle of the stateful and stateless. Please prepare well for this particular answer. The life cycle of a message driven bean. Do not exist and exists. Figure draw होना चाहिए. What is the message driven bean? Explain it uses. Figure draw होना चाहिए. Define and explain interceptor. What is the concept of interceptor? It is what discussed by me in the theory lecture. The interceptor means what? If any kind of common logic you would like to execute either before and or after, मतलब before भी चल सकता है, after भी चल सकता है, then that code has been written inside an interceptor and interceptors are been applied either before and or after the B. Moving ahead, what is the naming service? You prepare at least one question of this about JNDI. That is more than sufficient. Write a short note on EJB server. These are components are there. 5 components are there. When you're looking at the Enterprise Java Beans, they are called as EJB server, EJB container, EJB client, Enterprise Bean, as well as what we can say. So these are what are 4 major, not 5. 4 major components. Enterprise Bean server, Enterprise Bean container, Enterprise Bean and Enterprise Bean client. So prepare well for this answer also. The answers are a little bit similar. What is describe the packaging of Enterprise Bean jar and var modules. So please prepare for this particular question also properly. थोड़ा कम prepare किया तो भी चलेगा jar var का, पर एक बार आया था एक question. Now how to access no interface view and local business interface? It has been used by using Excel based configuration or annotation based configuration. So that has been explained over here. Life cycle of a message driven bean, that is again been mentioned. So it can be written as short note of the message driven bean also. What are the interceptors and how they are being used? The code also need to be mentioned for it. Prepare well for this particular answer. Data source, data resources definition in Java okay, ek bar pad lo, that is more than sufficient. Java naming and directory interface explain. It is again a similar kind of short note what we had seen earlier. The question ek jaisa hi ho gaya, figure draw karna bhulna nahi. What is the enterprise bin container? Now you will get this question, 17 question. Explain about enterprise bin container. Explain the working of behind the message driven bean. Now, if you're looking at this question, the introduction part is what is the enterprise bean, the different components of enterprise bean, and the next part starts. Explain basic lookups in JNDI. Also explain resource injection in JNDI. ठीक है, एक बार read कर लो, नहीं ज़्यादा prepare कर तो भी चल जाएगा. But you should not skip any of the thing. Lifecycle interceptor, again the same interceptor concept will be there. And then these basic points need to be applied. So this is all about your Unit 4 of Enterprise Java. All the best students, please subscribe the channel as well as like the video also. And please press bell icon because we are coming with number of new videos also. Thanks a lot.